Welcome back, guys, to our game of, whoops, let's type to get in there. Click to get in there, rather. Our game of Caverns of Xaskazien version 1.13, aka Randung. And hit enter or whatever key. Hit enter. No, we don't enter. Caverns going to load a game, right? Load a game. There we are. Dungeon level 5. We're 1/6 of the way to our goal. Sure to still get our ass kicked, but we're on our way. We have 1 experience. We need 35 more to level up. Here comes a hobgoblin. Let's avoid him unless we have to fight him. Oops, I actually had to a little bit. Because maybe we'll find a dexterity potion. Those potions are not more or less likely to appear on any level. They'll just appear when they appear. I'm really surprised we've had such poor luck with weapons and armor. They're not prevalent, they're not common, but they're a lot more common than they have been for us. Let's hope our luck has turned this time. We'll start doing more damage. Oh, an orc. We don't need that. Let's not step on that. Again, there's no... Aside from the stairs, there's no prompt for anything. If you step on something, you pick it up and use it. So don't step on it unless you have to. Got him. Don't mess with me, hobgoblin. I've killed all your friends. Including that giant bat. Alright. Alright, our luck has turned. We're doing a little better now. That first video, we were sure getting our asses handed to us. This version of the game, well, earliest versions of the game, maybe this version even, way back in the day. I'm married now, as I've mentioned more than once. My wife's name is Tanya, but back then I was dating a girl named Marcia. Marcia did not like video games. She wasn't a fan. Tanya is crazy about them. Get her started on Mass Effect and you can kiss goodbye to the Xbox for a month, because she's not putting that controller down. But Marcia wasn't a fan of video games, but she actually, when I asked her to play this, politely, as a favor, she tried it and actually said she actually really enjoyed it. When I asked her why, she said because her 2 reasons were because it was simple, and because, not simple to win, but simple to grasp, and because it was different every time. And that's when I thought, okay, that's exactly what we're going for with this game. Simple and different every time. Now, different every time goes without saying with a roguelike. But simple is a mantra I've tried to maintain through the years with Caverns. And that mantra has sort of changed. This game was simple by virtue of having very little content. It was pretty straightforward. Caverns 2 has an insane amount of content. I haven't obviously played every roguelike out there. Oh shit, that's a tough-ass monster. Let's get away from it. We do not want to fight it at all. At least it's slow. It moves like 1/3 our speed, I think. What was I going to say? I haven't played a lot of them. You know, I haven't played ADOM and I haven't played Tome, and I understand those games are... I certainly haven't played Caves of Cud, and some of these games are extremely content-rich and amazing, and I'm eager to play them eventually. But based on the games I have played, Caverns 2 has more content than any other roguelike I've ever played. So it doesn't remain simple to this day in that same way. That said, I've tried to keep it simple in modern versions by making sure all information a player needs is always accessible. Like if you point your cursor at anything in that game, you get all the information you need to know about it, which is a lesson I learned with other versions of Caverns, which we'll come to later in this play series as we slowly add games to this, or versions of Caverns to this playlist. You'll see the games get more complex, and for a while get more confusing, and then slowly become somewhat less confusing again, and then until I eventually abandoned it in favor of making the new engine and the new version of the game. That zombie is a killer. We do not want to go near him. I don't think it tells you the experience value of the monster when you, in this version of the game when you're fighting it. I didn't notice if it did. Next time we're in combat, we'll check. This mouse is hovering on the screen. The mouse does nothing. There's no, there are no mouse commands in the game. It's completely keyboard only. I didn't know how to program mouse commands back then. I didn't know how to do a graphics mode above 640 by 480 16 color. It was my maximum resolution I could achieve with any game back then. Eventually, I would move on to 320 by 200 256 color, aka VGA mode 12H. This is VGA mode 13H, as I recall, for any programmers out there. But of course, nowadays this is all very obsolete. It's all 64 million colors or more, up to 4K resolution, I guess. Although Caverns 2 still only runs at 1024 by 768. It was just at the time I started it in 2010, that seemed like a good resolution. I wish I had either used a higher resolution at this time or allowed for variable resolutions if I could have figured out how to do that at the time. It's a little late now. Son of a bitch, he's going to hurt us. Leave me alone, zombie. Killing him is going to take a miracle. Unless we got our intelligence way up and then we can just death spell him. As I said, I think... Oh, son of a bitch, get around that. I think... there's no keyboard buffer, by the way. If you press the key multiple times, you're going to... If you press it too many times, it's just going to put them in a buffer, rather. There is a keyboard buffer, I guess. In the sense that you can press the key multiple times and end up putting in more keystrokes than you want to use. If you press the key rapidly 6 times, it's going to execute all 6 of those keystrokes without consideration for whether or not you really meant to do that. Just making sure there's no, as I said, potions around. Either of them, a mage potion or a dexterity potion. A mage potion would let us easily probably magic missile that guy anyway. Oh, we don't need to. We could 3 magic missile that zombie, but he has 17 health. The maximum we're going to do is 12 damage. We might try and take him on in a minute, briefly. Okay, so here we got the maximum gold you can find, but we can only carry 30. Let's put all this in the temple. And we'll figure out what we're going to do. I should check. There's a slim chance that... This reminds me of Energon Absorber when that zombie's chasing us around. A soul zombie. Even easier to stay away from here. And the Energon Absorber moved half your speed. Here it moves a third of your speed. Oops. Pressed it a little too much there. As far as I can tell, these some basic... See, there you go. Basic strategy. Your best bet is try not to engage in monsters or pick up gold until you've explored the whole level. That way you can see if there's any strength potions for the gold or dexterity potions for the monsters. Or magic potions, so you know if you can afford to blow off some extra spell points. Alright, we can, in theory, heal up at that health potion. We might be able to blast him with a couple of magic missiles, and if we're extremely lucky, maybe kill him off. Let's just see. He can do 4 damage. We'll run if we have to. 1 damage. That's not going to help us much. All monsters have a base damage of 1. Like they do 1 to whatever the damage rating is. So he can do 1 to 4. Alright. Oh, he's down to 9. I'm not going to fight him yet. Let's go deposit this gold. And then we will fight him a few rounds because there's no reason not to. As long as he doesn't get us down to 4 health, we can fight him. And there's a slim chance we'll get lucky enough to kill him. Probably not. And that health potion will restore everything, right? We can get back 15 health. So once we're down to 4 health, we got to get out of here. Let's do one more round. If he hurts us again, we're out of here. I guess just get out of here. Fuck this. In case that happens. In case we move on the turn that he's moving. Let's grab the health potion. Let's get off this level. We need to find better weapons and armor. This is not going well in that regard. Down to dungeon level 6. 1/5 of the way to our destination. It's not a long game if you can do it, but be hard to beat. As I said, I've is that a T? That can't be a T. The hell is that? The only T I remember in the game was, I was going to say as a troll. It's not. It's a troglodyte. A green T would be a troll. That's a troglodyte. Again, a tough monster, probably even tougher than... I'm going to grab this right away. We probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. Okay, we got a short sword. So now we do 1 to 6 damage instead of 1 to 4, which is at least an improvement. I don't think there's any way for your weapons to get degraded unless there's a booby trap. There might be a rust trap, booby trap that can lower your stats. Let's grab this. This is a dexterity potion. So our dexterity is up to 9 for the moment. Now's a good time to fight things. Oh, we get a nice overwrite. We've almost got him. Okay, he's dead. That'll give us a level up. No? It should. Oh, there we go. What do we want? When do we want it? Let's do dexterity for the moment. Let's increase our fighting skill a little bit. Skeleton's dead. We might even be able to take on this zombie quickly. If we're going to, now's the time to do it. No, we can take on the rat, and I'll tell you why. Because the rat could have poisoned us, and if it poisoned us, we needed those 3 spell points to cure ourselves. We can use spell points on this guy if we so choose. Damn it, is he harder or easier than the troglodyte? Let's keep fighting him. Damn it. Come on, one more hit. As long as this dexterity potion holds out, we can take these guys down. Potentially. How much damage can he do? I didn't notice. He can do 5. Oh, no. Okay. Let's get off of him. Problem is, when I take my next step, he moves half our speed. So the question is, was that his turn? Or like, if I move off of him, he may move on to me right away again and swing, in which case we may get hit and killed. If I stay here and cast healing, we may not raise our health enough to circumvent his damage. I'm going to move. This could be the end of it. Okay, now if he moves, he won't get on us. Alright, let's cast some healing spells. Whoops, I pressed C and H for healing. You're not intelligent enough to cast a non-existent spell. I meant... Oh, apparently it counted as our turn, though. Let's stay away from him. C2. Let's get our health up a little bit. Oh, fuck. I don't have enough power to cast it again. If we step in a pit trap, we're dead. Unless we grab this shit. That's a mage potion. I wouldn't mind going on him. We're going to risk this. Going on him. Let's pass our turn so he steps on us. So we know it's his turn. Okay, we're going to cast 1 magic missile. This is his turn not to move. Okay, now it's his turn to move, unfortunately. Not much I can do. Okay. Oh my god, we got him. Okay. Okay, let's take health this time. Theoretically, we have a lot of health points now. Let's regain our spells. Let's not cast healing yet. If we step into Pit Trap now, we're not going to die. What does this give us? It gives us 18, so it gives us exactly enough. There, we're back to 28 health. All right. There's a strength potion for when we're looking for gold. Actually, this game's kind of surprisingly fun. I'm not used to, obviously I'm not used to this particular version of the game anymore. This 23-year-old or 22-year-old. The reason I say 22 is the executable file lists its date as 1996, so I assume I compiled it in 1996, but I'm not sure how those dates work. It might actually be saying, you know, I copied it to that 3.5-inch disc in 1996. I don't know. But it's no later than 1996, and definitely no earlier than 1995. As I said, Tanya loves playing video games. She's not a fan of roguelikes. Every once in a while, like on my birthday, she'll play Caverns of Xaskazien 2 for me as a request. But she does it begrudgingly. She's not a fan of roguelikes. She loves role-playing games, but she likes straight role. She likes ones that have, character development. Mass Effect and the Dragon Age series being her favorites. She just played through Fable. She enjoyed that. I don't think as much as those other games, though. And she likes co-op games with me, which is nice. Curative potion, normal gold, gold, which we can grab with that. Let's not grab that yet in case it's a slide trap. I don't think there's any monsters left to worry about. So in case it's a slide trap, let's make sure we get this gold first. We don't want to repeat what happened earlier. Alright, we're going to grab the strength potion. We're going to grab the gold. I am going to look over here to see if there's anything else over here we need to worry about gold-wise. Because if there's not, we're going to make a beeline for the weapon/armor. and then to the temple, and then down the stairs. That way we start the next level with strength raised. Then we can start gathering gold as soon as we find it. Oh, fuck. 4 damage from dagger booby trap. Let's deposit this. Let's move towards the stairs. Let's cast healing. And let's go down the stairs. And our strength is still up, so we can find some gold quickly, hopefully. And any gold we find, we want to pick up right away. That's a serpent. It can poison us. And it's fast, I think. There's something standing on the temple. I can't see what it is. An orc. Okay. Okay. Now here's the thing. We could either hold out and use our spell points for a cure if it hits us. But on the other hand, we've got a 40% chance of hitting us. It's got a 50% chance of hitting us. I don't know what the chance is it poisons us if it hits. I don't know what that odds are. If I just magic missile it, I might be able to kill. It's only got 2 health left. If I just magic missile it, maybe we can... Ah, shit. Well, now if it poisons us, we have no defense against that. Now we can for sure kill it with a magic missile, though. And we have to, because we couldn't risk it poisoning us. Troglodyte. Shit. Come on, find me some gold before this thing runs out. No, not yet. Zombie. Alright, strength ran out. Okay, zombies, rats, troglodytes all on our tail. Another zombie. As you can see, the monsters do get tougher generally as you go down. Let's magic missile. We've only got 1 spell point left. We could kill it with a magic missile. We didn't, but we could have. In theory, there it goes. We took some serious damage, but we're close to leveling up. If he poisons us, we're screwed. On the other hand, if we can kill him, we'll go up a level. Maybe I might make my way to that weapon/armor in hopes that it's not a... And then again, we have no spells. So now let's look around for either a curative potion or a mage potion, hopefully, before we step on that thing. That way, if worse comes to worse, we'll have the wherewithal to cure ourselves if we get poisoned. Poison in this game is much more deadly than it is in modern versions of Caverns. I learned my lessons from these games. As I said, it doesn't go away if you get poisoned, unless you get rid of it. And I think I'm going dexterity, man. We're having a rough time in combat. Let's keep that going up for now. It doesn't go away unless you get rid of it. And on top of that, W's a warrior. I think it did like 1 damage per turn is what it is when you have poison, if I remember correctly. Been a long time. Which means we would die very fast, probably before we could reach a poison curative potion, unless we had the spell points to heal ourselves. Don't need this yet. That'll heal 21 damage. So when we're down to 7, so we want to step on that. But let's keep it in mind. We're safe from pit traps for the moment, in terms of instant death. As you can see, pit traps aren't that common, but they do obviously exist, so gotta be cautious. How are we doing for time in this playthrough? We got another 12 minutes or so. Not going to fight them until I know, again, if there's a dexterity potion out here, or even a mage potion. These things can be very helpful. Although if we get our spells back, we're going to grab that weapon or armor right off the bat. Shit. Or if we have to fight him, obviously. He's not quite as tough. His defense is higher than a zombie's, but his attack isn't as high. Fuck. Oh, we got our spells back. Okay. Might be worth considering grabbing that weapon/armor, because it might help us in the combats we're about to engage in. And hope to God it's not a thing that deposits. Let's look around for a strength potion first. But at least we have the way to cure ourselves. If it's a poison needle, oh, we don't even need it. We got that there. Okay, let's try this. Okay. So we now do 1 to 8 damage. I'd rather find some armor, but what the hell? That's a good thing. Our damage range has increased. Just keep looking around for... You can step on this. It won't take us down automatically. Keep looking around for potions. Alright, we got the warrior. We're still okay. We don't need that... Just wanted that. Don't need that health potion yet. But soon, man. Alright, 8 damage. That helped. That chopped him down a bit. In total, this version, as I said, it was a 3-day roguelike initially. As I said, the curative potion I specifically remember took a half hour to implement. That's what made me think, oh shit, I should add in the rest of these ideas I have because they're so easy to add. So I'm guessing they took about a half hour each. Maybe, it might have been 3 days plus about 5 hours of work scattered across. The health potion came a little while later as a first step. Then I didn't add anything for a while. Then I added the curative potion at some point. And then within a couple of days of adding that, I added in the other potions all in 1 day, I think. So it was probably about 3 days plus 5 hours of coding to reach this level of the game is a guess. Probably about 29 hours in total is my rough estimation. I don't think we're going to find anything else for sure. Okay, that guy's dead. We're getting down towards danger. I wouldn't mind... Get away from the zombie first. I wouldn't mind finding out what's... I don't want to step on that potion because I don't want to use it. Shit. Okay, there's no potions here. We're going to try and grab that... we're going to have to cross this guy. Okay, we're down to 7 health. We need to grab that health potion because we're susceptible to... A, it'll give us the maximum it can anyway. And B, we're susceptible to pit traps at this point. Okay, now that we have it, let's go up to the north, and we have to grab that gold, unfortunately, to pass over it, but we'll see if there's a strength potion beyond it, or a dexterity potion. No, there is not. We only got 3 out of that. If we'd been raising our strength all this time, we'd have got 3 extra experience out of this gold. But, you know, we'd have probably been dead from combat, so who knows. It's hard to tell what the best usages of our increases is. It seems to be working out for us, the dexterity and health. On the other hand, if we were grabbing strength, we could avoid combat altogether and try to level up that way. Because we could get so much more out of the strength. See if I should have been looking over here. What if there's a potion beyond this? Press the key a bunch of times. Be careful of that. Okay, that's the level. There's nothing else on this level to worry about. Alright, we don't have to worry about curing ourselves anymore, so let's blast him. Let's deposit this gold, and then we'll deal with that troglodyte. We have enough either for 1 healing spell for ourselves, or a magic missile against him. Healing spell it is. Oh, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to say, let's do our health again. Let's just alternate dexterity and health for now. It seems like it's working. We're up to 34 health. C, 2. Alright, 32 health out of 34. And we have 3 experience towards our next level. Let's go down to dungeon level 8. We're almost a third of the way there, man. I don't think we're going to win. But it sure would entertain me if the first time I pick up this game in years, I win it out of the box while you're watching. That'd be freaking hilarious. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that serpent. I'm scared of poison. I remember how vicious it was. So deadly. As you can see, the serpent is fast. We can't get away from it. I'm going to save my spells this time. I'm not going to blast it, because if we do less than... We only have a 50% chance of doing at least 3. And if it hits us and we get poisoned, we're screwed. Again, I don't think it's automatic that if it hits us we get poisoned, but I don't remember what the chance is. In the old days, the manual that accompanied the game would have had a bestiary, and in that bestiary, it would have told you what the odds are it poisons you. It would have told you all the stats of the monsters, but unfortunately, I don't have that bestiary anymore. I do think I have a bestiary from future levels, which may or may not reflect the same stats, but I don't know. Future versions of the game, pardon me. Shit. We want to find that health potion so we know where it is. Come on, man. Eesh. Okay. Doing okay. Moving up towards 30 minutes. Again, when we finish this level, we get to the next level, or if we die, we'll call the game there. And we'll do a third video, much to my surprise. I thought this would be a one video... I thought this was going to be a one video playthrough. Again, there is no place... At this exact moment that I'm recording this video, there is no place for you to find this game online. But it will be available with all future versions of Caverns of Xaskazien 2 within the next week or two. I'll include a link to Caverns 2, which again is obviously a vastly different game. Using a vastly different engine with vastly superior graphics and sound and music and gameplay and content. But I'll point you where you can get that. The current version up there is 0.76 point some odd. So if the version available is better than 0.76 some odd, then you know you've got a version that also includes this game. If it's still 0.76 some odd, it means I haven't uploaded it yet. Goblin. Man. 1 health will do it, so I'm gonna magic missile him. Ah, shoot. Okay, well, too late. Have we even found the temple yet? I don't think so. Because in Caverns 1, because I got used to the notion you can see 1 square distant. When I first started coding Caverns 2, I mean, Caverns 2 initially was Caverns 1 with better graphics and sound. That's all it was. It was a straight upgrade. Which incidentally means when you download Caverns 2, if you ever do, if it says 0.78 or something, that does not mean it's only 78% of a game. It's just a version numbering system I used that was probably stupid. It should be called like version 78. It was a playable game at version 0.00.01. It was this game with better graphics. Well, not this game, a better version of this game with better graphics. What was I going to say though? But because in this very earliest version of the game, you can only see 1 square distant. It was my assumption. We found this strength potion, by the way. That was a good system. It was my friend Daryl Shaw was playtesting Caverns 2, and he was getting frustrated with the inability to see further. So I eventually implemented a system where you can see a lot further than 1 square. I think your base sight range is 5 squares, and there's light sources and stuff that you can see a lot further. So you don't have to explore so painstakingly as you do in these early versions of the game, well, in all versions of Caverns 1. Not going to pick that up yet, in case it's a booby trap that drops us, or if it's a booby trap that poisons us. But we will grab it. Just not yet. I might even grab Intelligence as the next level up. That way I'll have access right away, I think. I assume it'll raise your spell points as soon as you raise your Intelligence. I'll have access right away to another Cure spell before we step on that, so it's not a death sentence if it's a poison needle. I think there was only 1 version of Pit Traps in this game. The version that just does damage equal to the level, I think. Oh, die already, Goblin. You're nothing compared to me. Damn you. If people are wondering why bump to attack, why was that the system, or why not bump to attack, why occupy the same square? As I mentioned, I had never heard of any other roguelikes except for Dungeon and sort of Fargoal when I made the game. I wouldn't have even remembered this consciously at the time I made Caverns, but I have since seen YouTube videos of those games. And those games use try Intelligence and hope our spells raise correspondingly. Nope. That's too bad. We'll have 4 spell points in the next level. What was I saying? Yeah, I've seen YouTubes of Dungeon and Sword of Fargol since on YouTube. And they use the same system as this, where you occupy the same square as a monster to fight. So I assumed that on a subconscious level I was recalling the way this game worked and implementing it the same way. Or the way those games worked, rather. But I don't recall that for sure. Well, that's Magic Missile his ass. That was probably dumb. Alright, that was dumb. I should have saved it for a heal spell. Nothing I can do about that now. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. No, we can heal all the way up, can't we? We can get 24... Oh, we can heal no problem all the way up. I'm going to grab the health potion right now before I grab the sword. In case it's a slide trap and we slide down to the next level and we don't have a chance to heal. But if it's a dagger trap or a spear trap or something, we're going to regret that because it's going to hurt us and we can't heal. Seemed prudent. Let's hope it's prudent. I did 1 damage. So be it. Alright, down to the next level with 1 damage only. And we're going to call it right here. We're at 31 minutes. Once again, Q to quit. Down to quit to DOS. Thank you for watching Caverns of Xaskazien. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Have a good one.